I know Chigs is in here recording or some shit.
No shit smooth in here, right? So whatever you
Oh,
say,
you know, Che gonna have everything up there.
whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man. I like you.
But now, this shit, we about to get a federal indictments for shit that you saying and doing. They gonna come grab up the whole hood. It's different now.
And they did too. And
This is what I'm saying. So that's why I be saying, like, niggas said we can't cancel.
Mike,
we got to get him the fuck. He got to get out of here.
Mike, but that's your level, you know. My thing
Yeah.
is before they get to you, I'll be on them before they get to you. See, that's the thing. I care about it at our level. I'm like, hold up. If shit don't feel right, I'm like, that ain't right. Nah, because then if this motherfucker, people think he represent where we come from. The thing is, being in this game so long, I know what's real across all of our sides. So I can
Everybody don't know, but that's the problem. They don't. Everybody don't know that, Glasses.
No, I agree. You're right.
And that's the problem. It's more people that don't know. Way more people that don't know.
Yeah. I agree. Most likely. Yeah, I agree. I think everybody, if you're a Kanye fan, like I'm telling Van, you had to see this coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is that I think you know what it is. Like I told you, people champion the cool shit he said, right? You love his audacity. You love the fact that he's outspoken, and most of the shit that he was doing represented how black people. Even when he went up there with Taylor Swift, we thought it was dumb, but he was representing. He stood up for how America felt. Like they was like, yeah, man, Beyonce, nigga, this is our queen, this is our black. Fuck that. We was with that. We thought that shit was cool. But
that was that bullshit at the beginning.
Yeah, but we thought it was cool.
When niggas do that bullshit at the beginning, see where he at now, it's a whole nother challenge. It's literally a whole nother challenge. It's a fucked up position that we in to have to deal with him. Because I'm not fucking with doing nothing else to another black man unless I have to. Like, I hate that he's the motherfucker right now because I've been saying it, Mike's from the start. I'm like, yeah, that shit's stupid and corny. Like, even with the shit with the little white lady, I'm like, that's not some shit we would have did from the street. We'd have been like, oh, that shit's some sucker shit. But sometimes when you jump out there and the shit he was doing, you could see him heading there. So now, I'm not saying specifically why you are mad. Nigga, this is your fight. Prime example, I never even seen nobody weaponize White Lives Matter. I didn't even never seen nothing like that in my life. Because that's not my fight. That's, you know it to the T. So it's different. So you like, gee, this shit right here. I'm saying to most motherfuckers, like I'm telling you, my homegirl saying Kanye is a leader. I'm like, Kanye ain't no motherfucker, but it's me. I'm like, this nigga couldn't lead me into a motherfucker in and out.
And that's what I'm trying to say. And I understand. That's how I felt. I feel that shit about most of these niggas, man. I don't understand how niggas follow 90% of these niggas. But I can't ignore the fact. It's just like when you really involved in shit, right? If you in the streets, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you look at what was the movie with Benny Blanco from the Bronx, and what was the name of that shit
what's the movie talking about? Benny Blanco
with Al Pacino. Damn.
No, I'm sleeping.
Damn. Anyway, he was an old gangster nigga. He came home from jail, and this young boy was trying to get in. He said, yo, you a little young punk, man. You nothing like me. Fuck is you talking about? You nothing like me. And this nigga came back and killed him. Right? So what I'm trying to say is, because we look at these niggas and don't see any value, anything that got to do with real in them, it don't mean that somebody else is not just putting it in them. And those are the most dangerous niggas, man. They are so dangerous because you look at these niggas like, come on, you can't really be following these niggas. And next thing you know, these niggas
really be following these niggas.
Be following these niggas, man. And this is what happened. And this is what happened with Kanye. We thinking the world ain't really taking Kanye serious. Kanye's just doing what he do. And every bit he getting stronger and stronger.
I'm like, there's no way y'all taking this shit.
Niggas and they are, my nigga.
It told me, she was like, yeah, because, he's one of our black leaders. I'm like, who the fuck is a black leader?
That's what it is, man. That's where we at, man. So that's what it is for me. I don't know if the word cancel, but get him out of here. Whatever you got to do, he can't have this much power in a real, not just music, in the real world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know when he got power, my nigga, when the motherfucking politicians are attaching themselves to him. The politicians believe that he can draw a whole base to them. They don't do that to niggas like they do that to Jay. They do it to Diddy. They do it to the niggas that they know have enough of influence over the culture and over black people to move them to where they going. That's when you know that you beyond just you make a couple of songs. Nah, when them niggas want to sit next when the president is going to sit you in his office for an hour and listen to you rant for an hour about everything in the world, just sitting there, yeah. It means that you got a level of power, my nigga. When he gonna stand Kanye's a good guy because he know that this nigga got a bunch of people that follow him. He don't know why. He probably look because listen to me. The sad part, and it's sad, right? And I realize we in the Matrix because this is some real Matrix. This is some real Matrix shit because it's niggas that arguing me down about how genius Kanye is and how you don't understand what he's doing. There's a bigger play. He's so deep. There's all this shit. This is what niggas be sitting and I be just looking at these niggas like, are you fucking like what? Even what is listen, and I'm not gonna take nothing away from him.
Yeah, listen.
Right?
We all know.
I don't want to take nothing away from him.
Brilliant artist. No question. We can move past.
But what I'm trying to tell you is when you not politically sad, when you don't understand what you're doing, right? And you enter into a world, it's like having a conversation with niggas. Like when niggas like, yo, Kanye trying to free Larry Hoover. And I said, okay, that'd be dope. I mean, I would love to see Larry Hoover come home. That man should not be in jail. And if what he does works, cool. Right? But when you politically savvy enough, you know the shit that he was doing was never going to work. When you understand this shit, when you understand that you sat in Trump's office, it benefited him. It never benefited you. He knew that none of that, he knew that all that shit you was talking, he wasn't going to do it. He knew he never had any, in his mind, there's no way I'm freeing Larry Hoover. He knew that, but he didn't let you know that. He never let you know that because he needed people to see you standing next to him and make people think that he was doing something for you or that he was even considering doing something for you. He knew that was never something he was going to do, right? And that's what he continues to do. Kanye does shit like that, right? What Kanye do is that he'll do shit like White Lives Matter, and then he'll come and say, I don't need people to tell me that Black Lives Matter. I wore that as a... He knows he's playing psychological shit with somebody that's dumb. It's a dumb person. It's like a nigga get caught cheating and say, I cheated on, you know I cheated on you? Because you said some shit to me that hurt my feelings. It's psychological bull. It's the game. He running game on niggas like we chicks. This is what he doing to the culture. Every time the shit that don't go right, y'all didn't help me with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I was going through this. This white person did this to me. Nobody did. He go all the way to the left. No, nigga, what? Tell me about the White Lives Matter. What was that about?
And that's how I feel.
And he don't
talk about nothing else.
And he
said on Fox News that shirt's stupid. I need you to say that shirt.
But he ain't gonna do that. That's the thing. He gonna beef with Diddy. He gonna call him a fed. He gonna talk about he gonna do everything to try to try to derail the real conversation about the shit that he did. He does it all the time. He do the shit every time. When he wore the fucking MAGA hat, he blamed Candace Owens. He said he made a mistake. All of this shit. But then you come back and do the same thing. And then try to get out. It's the same bullshit. And it's like, how many times we supposed to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, man?
My thing is, I don't want to get caught up believing that you have to be conservative, liberal as a black person. Like one thing.
No, you mean what you be, yeah. But make it make sense.
But my thing is, you just don't represent what we represent, where we come from. That's all it is. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know where people are like that. I just don't know them. But I feel like I give enough room for all of them to be as. If you want to be conservative, long as you don't embarrass me too much, I don't care. Because
what I'm trying to tell you is there are conservatives, right? That it makes sense why they're conservatives, sure. Right? And I'm not mad because a lot of conservatives, right? Most of them are capitalists, right? And capitalism, when you look at capitalism and you look at how the conservative views benefit me making money, right? Tax break, all the shit that I can get through. I'm in a certain tax bracket. It makes sense for me. I have conservative views. There's certain shit that liberals do that's a little too much for me. I don't want to deal with LGBT shit. I don't. All these things. You have your own principles that make you more of a conservative individual, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? And when you can utilize, when you know why you're a conservative and you're doing it, cool. But you should, as a black person, you should never tell a person that come from marginalized communities, that come from the least of these, that they shouldn't fight for every right that they can get.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Because I got a bunch of conservative, but they understand why why we don't lean conservative. Why, I'm not Democrat, but I'm for the people. I'm for the people. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand that a lot of shit is not going to benefit the communities that I come from. A lot of shit that benefit me, that will help me individually, will not help them.
Exactly.
I understand that. So I can't think from an individualist mind state. I don't have that luxury as being put in a position of leadership, right? I got to say, damn, I understand that a lot of these laws and shit they're going to pass, when they hard on crime, it's going to go to our communities. And the reason why we go into jail is because poverty is crime, right? And
exactly.
Niggas ain't, there's no nigga that. That simple as that. It's no time that when you see a bunch of niggas get money, they shooting and killing each other. That ain't happening. You don't go to black communities where there are affluent people who have this living above, the minimum wage. That's commit crimes. Where crime is at is poverty. So I'm trying to figure out how do we get how do we change the conditions in our community? So I understand that. The conservatives at this point, they haven't showed me something that is going to get to our community. They show me shit that when you make a certain amount of money and all of this shit, it's cool. So I'm trying to figure out who is this one person. I don't give a fuck what party you are. If you're telling me how you're going to prevent more crime and give more resources in our communities where my kids are dying and starving and they don't have no, proximity to success. If you can tell me that, that's what I'm for. So it ain't about conservative or none of that shit or red or blue. I don't give a fuck. I don't believe none of it. I think that we need to start our own shit and be building our own shit inside of this shit. Quietly building our own shit, funding our shit. I think if we had a fucking black trust where we set 100 of these motherfucking millionaires and billionaire black people and sat down, we could create our own shit from there. But we don't have that mind state. Sure. Every other culture has that mind state. Every other culture is them first. Every other culture is them first. So we don't have that mind state. So until then, and I'm definitely not going to align my thoughts with a party where it's only 3 black people. It don't make sense. We got 3 representatives. There's no fucking way that I'm gonna vote every year for niggas can say we vote for, but I know the Democrats that I voted for is niggas I grew up with. They literally got mayors and shit that I grew up with. Like I've been on the front lines with these niggas. We done fought together. I put councilmen in office that I know got what was right for the community that I come from. I know for a fact, and I know if they was running on the other side, nobody would vote for them. So you gotta make it make sense for me. We got to figure out how to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe none of these motherfucking, especially these presidents, they can't really do much. I don't give a fuck what you say. These niggas are figureheads. We need to be voting for our local community. Put local community people in office in the local communities that understand the communities, that care about the communities, that know what's going on in those communities. That's what we should be doing. I don't give a fuck what party. If black niggas think that the Democratic Party is not for us, cool. Then run on a conservative ticket and see if they pick you. Run on a conservative ticket. If you say, niggas from the hood need to go run on a conservative side, talk about shit that's going to be beneficial to our communities, how you going to change the conditions of these kids, and then we'll vote for you. Until then, we arguing about nothing. We wasting our time, man.
Agree, yeah.
No, but I love you, King. I appreciate everything you do, man. Always, man. I'm about to take me a nap because I'm drained.
I'll get some sleep. I'll get you
keep doing what you're doing. I salute you.
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Peace.